Hey, what's going on, guys? Adam here, and welcome back to the channel. And yes, I got a haircut. So BlockFi just released the new tier rates and amounts, yet again, which will take effect tomorrow, September 1st. These changes could be good or bad depending on your situation, and as you can probably tell, it's bad in my case. Shout out to Matt Domingo, who emailed me asking for a video on this. I really appreciate requests, and I am happy to talk about whatever you guys want to hear. So I'm going to break down everything you need to know about these changes and what I plan to do about it. This video will give you all the info and comparisons you need to decide what is best for you. Let's get right into it. If you don't know about BlockFi, they are a cryptocurrency interest account where they basically pay you to hold your crypto with them, just like a bank does with your money. BlockFi and many other of their competitors use a tiered structure based on the amount that you hold with them to determine your APY. For example, BlockFi's Tier 1 for Bitcoin is 0 to 0.25 Bitcoin, which earns you 4% APY. Tier 2 is 0.25 to 5 Bitcoin, which earns you 1.5% APY. And anything above 5 Bitcoin is Tier 3, which earns you 0.25%. The higher Tier 1 rate is to get new customers in the door, and they drastically decrease the more you hold with them. So here are the changes BlockFi is making. They raised all of their Tier 1 rates by about 5 to 25% for each crypto, and that's multiplicative, not additive. So Bitcoin went from 4% to 4.5%, which is a 12.5% increase. Ethereum went from 4 to 5% for a 25% increase. And Litecoin went from 4.5 to 4.75% for a 5% increase. This sounds like a good thing, right? So why am I being a negative Nancy? Well, first off, these rates are still much lower than what you get on competitors like Celsius and Voyager. For example, on Bitcoin, Celsius gives 6.2% on their Tier 1, and Voyager gives a flat 5.75% as long as you hit the minimum investment, compared to the new 4.5% rate from BlockFi. That's 38% more Bitcoin interest you're getting with Celsius. So you're already leaving money on the table using BlockFi. So second, and this is the real kicker, they also reduced their Tier 1 amount by about 80% for some crypto, which means you're earning less from their highest APY rates, which again is already lower than their competitors. So Bitcoin decreased by 60% from 0.25 down to 0.1 Bitcoin. Ethereum decreased by 70% from 5 to 1.5 Ethereum. And Litecoin decreased by 80% from 100 to 20 Litecoin. Pretty big cuts on the Tier 1 amounts all around. They stated this as an overall rate increase for 70% of their customers, which makes sense and would imply most people keep less than a couple $1,000s worth of each crypto with them at today's prices. I mean, the changes are nice if you stay within the Tier 1 rates, but if you go over that, which they are making it much easier to do with the lower amounts, you'll start seeing a serious decrease in interest earned. So now that you know what we're looking at, here's a scroll through of all the changes they are making to each cryptocurrency. Pause the video if you want to take a look at one, and if you want to go back, you can hit the left arrow on your keyboard or double tap on the left side of your phone. I'll also put a link to the changes down below. So for me, it's definitely a bummer, but not the end of the world, since I only had some Ethereum in there and I've mostly transitioned out. But I've heard from some of you guys that are sitting on multiple Bitcoin and dozens of Ethereum in BlockFi, so you are the people who this impacts the most. So here's what I'm doing, and keep in mind, I am a fairly cautious investor, especially with crypto where we do see scams, rug pulls, and regulation changes. This is just what I'm doing. It may not be right for you. This is not financial advice, yada yada. Here's what my BlockFi account looks like right now. Ethereum is basically my entire account, and I'm moving it to Celsius to earn 5.35% APY on up to 100 Ethereum instead of the 4% APY with BlockFi. I really like Celsius as a platform, especially since they have been working hard on shoring up their weak points like customer service. You can learn more about them in my review as well as my interview with their CEO, Alex Mashinsky. Links will be up here and down below. I had already moved my Bitcoin to Ledin several months ago since they are a fantastic platform and earn 6.1% APY on up to 2 Bitcoin instead of 4%. And the other chunk is in Voyager, earning 5.75% along with a bunch of other small holdings. I also moved my Link to Nexo, which earns 5% APY, and Gemini Earn at 3.2%. both of which are higher than the 3% from BlockFi. Just so you have an overall picture of what I'm doing, here is the breakdown of my entire crypto portfolio on each platform before the BlockFi rates take effect. I've actually done a pretty good job keeping my holdings evenly spread out through the ups and downs. The crypto listed in the second column are in order from most to least in value on each platform, and the amounts are all in US dollars. Starting from the top, BlockFi has $9,200 in Ethereum. Celsius also has $9,200 split between Matic, Synthetics, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Ledin has all $9,000 in Bitcoin. Voyager has $7,200 in Bitcoin and small holdings in other crypto. And Nexo has $2,500 in Nexo tokens as well as Link. For the exchanges, Binance has $3,000 mostly in Solana and BNB. And finally, Gemini Earn has $1,500 in mostly Link. As you can see from the chart, BlockFi, Celsius, Ledin, and Voyager all have around 20% of my crypto holdings, while Nexo has 6% because it has lower rates for most of my holdings and no fiat on-ramp. The exchanges don't have as much either, since I'm basically just using them to buy and transfer when I'm ready. After I get my interest payment from BlockFi for August, I'm simply going to lift and shift my Ethereum from BlockFi over to Celsius, and everything else remains the same. So here's what the new breakdown will look like. Celsius will have $18,400 and be heavier in Ethereum, while BlockFi will have nothing in it. This is reflected in the chart as you see the 22% from BlockFi absorbed by Celsius, which will now have 44% of my crypto portfolio. Ledin will still have $9,000, Voyager will have $7,200, Nexo will have $2,500, Binance will have $3,000 unless Solana crashes, and Gemini will have $1,500. Again, this is just what I'm doing, and this might not be right for you, but I think it is a pretty solid strategy with minimal risk, so feel free to copy it. I want to stay diversified here, so that's why I have multiple coins in multiple places, even if I'm not earning the absolute highest interest possible. An honorable mention is HODLNOT, which offers 7.5% on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'll be reviewing it in the next week or two after I'm done with my research. I've reviewed the other 5, Celsius, Ledin, Voyager, Nexo, and Gemini on the channel, so if you want to learn more, go check those out, links down below. Now, is BlockFi a bad company? Should you withdraw everything too? Not at all. They still have usable rates and really top-notch customer support. However, I gotta say, they have really fallen from grace, in my eyes at least, after all the rate cuts and the Bitcoin promo fiasco. If BlockFi raises rates to be competitive, I'm happy to come back. Things change fast in the crypto world, so you gotta be ready for anything. Hopefully this video helps you decide what your best course of action is after these changes take effect. If you are still interested in BlockFi, I put a link down below where you can earn up to $250 in Bitcoin. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.